Hello, everyone. My name is Gus.
Hi, I'm Woody.
Today, we're back with a reaction. It's been like a month, and people are like, what are you guys doing? We need some reactions.
Well, before we started recording this, just told you, I have been thinking about what we're going to react to since we did it. Listen to me. Every single night, I close my eyes, and I'm like, this is insane. And here's what's even weirder, and then we'll get into it.
Yeah.
And I don't know why.
Yeah.
Not only was it torturous and insane,
Yeah.
which we'll explain, I keep thinking I can't wait to do it again.
No way.
Yes. And I'm like, because now I kind of know a little bit, but when I explain how effed up it was, I just don't think they're going to believe me. We'll probably get criticized somehow, whatever, but I don't care. I'm going to be honest. This was
Next level.
crazy.
All right, so I wanted to give people, because we did record this in like vlog style, where there's like video of me talking before we go, and I'm telling you here's where we're going, straight up lying to your face about what we were doing.
Not even close to telling you the truth.
I wanted to give people the context. Okay, so what happened was last year we were invited to 2 expeditions in Mexico. One of them we went together. One of them we couldn't go together. You had some commitments you couldn't make. So the one that you couldn't go was in Cozumel. The second one we went together. We put videos, people watched them, which were the ones in like Merida and in the mainland. Cozumel is an island off of Mexico, off of the coast of Mexico. And in that expedition last year, I was introduced to the Devil's Cave, or El Diablo. Cenote El Diablo is called. Cueva del Diablo, they call it. So the Devil's Cave. And the first time I did this cave, I was like, first, the briefing was, the safety briefing was like, look, it took us about a week to find the entrance to this cave, okay? And here is the gist of it. You will start with the line in your hand, because it will be zero vis. To go into the cave, you will not see anything.
Nothing.
Make sure the line is on your left hand.
Yes.
If the line is on your right hand, you'll die.
I'd say you would die. Yeah.
So, and then on the way out, just remember, when you're coming out, reverse it. Line on your right hand, or you die. So, okay,
Yes.
so going in left, coming out right, got it. So, like, just that
In,
part.
left, outright, or death.
Or death.
And the thing about it is, well, you continue, because then I'm going to chime in. I just have to explain.
So I'm like, how
this.
bad can it be? Like, we've been in sketchy caves. I mean, we did Woody's room. We've done we've done some sketchy stuff. I'm like, how bad can it be? So I go in, and I realize that it is true. It's left in, right out, or sudden death. And everything in this cave is trying to kill you. Like, everything in this cave is just jagged rug, nasty water, bugs everywhere. It's just pollution. I mean, it's just terrible. Everything is bad about this cave, and that's why I loved it so much.
Well,
yeah.
I really, really want everybody to hear my head. I've been waiting to say this. Okay.
Yeah.
So, Gus, I would say let us. Although you can't see the leader. Now, first of all, you walk through a little bit of a jungle that immediately is already trying to kill you.
Well, they're going to see it on the video. Yeah.
Which I didn't even tell you one time, because as I was walking in with some of my gear.
Right.
I tripped over some giant vine, fell on the ground, dropped my crap.
High power
already
electricity.
mud. And then I'm crossing. There's literally a live electric line at like eye level. I'm like, I'm going to die. And then I'm told, by the way, on the way in to the cave entrance, which we're going to get to.
Right.
Everything's poisonous.
Don't touch anything.
Don't touch anything. It's rubbing all over. I'm being scraped, grabbed, tripped, and there's a live wire. And I have not got yet to the entrance. Stepping down slippery rocks, which I did that.
Yeah, you almost
everything
almost
I did. I'm
terrible.
like, this is miserable.
The cave is trying to kill you. For real.
Then we finally get, because you got to bring your rebreather down there, your helmet, you've got to bring, in my case, I went dry suit and your tanks.
Yeah.
Carrying back and forth through this misery.
Yeah.
Then you get to the little area where you can get dressed. It's not bad. The getting dressed area is actually the best part of the whole thing. I'm like, okay, at least there's a rock I can sit on, put it on. But I'm looking down at what we're going to go into, and I'm like, it's pure mud that smells like rotten bacteria. Where I said, Gus, where am I going? Because when I go into that mud, I'm just gonna be in mud. Yeah. And that's where you're gonna put your tanks on. I'm like, all right. So anyway. I go. So
yeah. But I just wanted to mention that all of the stuff that you're talking about, I experienced last year, and as soon as I did, I'm like, I gotta bring Woody here. Like, I have to do it. Now, obviously, I'm not an idiot. I didn't share any of that with you because then I knew you weren't gonna go.
No, I wouldn't. But
I just said it's an awesome cave. You got to see this, mind blowing. You're gonna love it.
I'm gonna get to the actual part that is awesome because in a way it is awesome, but it's misery.
Yeah, it's terrible
and easily will kill you going in. So look, we're in the water/mud part now. Yeah, gearing up with our sidewinders on. Fins are just covered in mud. Helmet, your mask, you're putting it on, but it's just mud. Like I can't.
And it smells
get
terrible.
Clean. I'm trying to put my tank on. By the way, the second you try to put your tanks on, you can't see your tanks.
No.
Immediately.
So
like imagine immediately, not like at Jenny, right? Where you could at least you can see.
It's clear.
Here's the handle. Here's why. But I don't see anything.
No. You're in complete zero.
So I'm already, if you want to call it standing, I'm putting stuff on and I can't see.
Yeah.
So then you kind of go over. Imagine, like, if you can see my microphone, that this is a line that you cannot see. You can't see the line.
Right.
And you're like, look, the lines, you're going to have to feel for the line. You happen to be on the other side of it, on the right side of it, where your left hand can go.
On the left.
I am not.
Yeah,
I don't know where I am.
You are on the death side.
Which I can't see the line. So I'm 1 foot away from you. I don't know. I go over it. I immediately am stuck on that. Immediately. I'm like, well, I'm stuck on, and you're like mad. Like, dude, you just, I'm like, mad. I'd like to see something.
Hold on, because we're going super far.
Okay. I'll stop there because it gets way worse. way. That's nothing.
Or better if you're watching.
Well, we're going
better
to explain.
For entertainment purposes. But anyway, I wanted to roll some of the video first of us getting there, and so people can see the jungle and all that stuff and get an idea.
Because it gets worse.
Roll the tape. All right, so today I'm taking Woody. One of my favorite cenotes here in Mexico. It's one of my favorites because it's so hard to get into this thing. It's huge hard work. And if you know Woody, you will know that he loves the complete opposite of that. Zero hard work, chill, just like, can you just jump in the water, do nothing? That's the kind of diving that he likes. So the complete opposite. So I'm gonna take him, but I'm telling him that it's gonna be super chill and easy. So we'll see how it goes. Don't tell him anything, but you're in with me. It's gonna be a shocking experience, I can tell you that much. He's not expecting. What's up?
Like you told me. I just needed a day to some nice, easy, relaxing, open, easy entrance, like a chill day.
That's exactly.
That once in a while. I don't have to do anything. Let's just relax.
I know.
Beautiful entrance.
Beautiful
entrance.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's what I've been waiting for. I mean, that's the whole thing.
Well,
so good.
Yeah, and today just the two of us.
Perfect. Nice.
In this dive, we will be laying some line because even though it's super chill and easy,
that's fine.
there's plenty of virgin cave to explore. So we're gonna be laying line, doing survey. Woody's gonna be running the survey. I'll be running the survey. Woody's gonna lay line. I'm gonna lay line. It's gonna be fun. You know, it's weird though, because this cenote is so easy to get to.
Yeah.
And so open that it's shocking that it's unexplored, that there's so much cave left to explore.
I mean,
I wonder why.
I'm glad.
It's weird.
I just can't wait. That makes me excited about the day. So I'm glad we chose to do a chill day.
For years.
Well, here we are.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah. I mean, it's like an ocean dive, a mellow ocean dive. I don't understand. Where are we going?
Well, let's go. It's gonna be fun.
Just saying, I'm a little confused right now, but I saw John go through a jungle.
Well,
Thought it's a mellow day.
yeah.
Okay.
Of course.
The whole jungle thing
right,
wasn't what I envisioned as a mellow day.
Just follow me. It's gonna be fine.
There's nothing on my legs. Am I going to
Let
be
me-
annihilated by animals?
Just don't touch any of the vegetation.
Dude, my legs are going to be completely eaten alive. Where's the mellow day?
Well, I mean,
I guess should I duck under the live power line that could electrocute me and kill me?
yeah, you shouldn't touch the power line either.
So far, I'm a little confused, but got my rebreather on my back, walking through a jungle
You got it.
into the mellow, so-called chilled, beautiful, like just get in and glide around and look at crystal. But
It's gonna be fine.
yes, my legs are welted with insects. So.
Just don't touch any of the vegetation.
Ow.
Like that. All right, so
Where's the
here's
mellow?
the tricky part.
What?
Going down here, it's slippery. All right. So. Hold on, so people can see.
I don't want to curse you out. I'm about
Parkour. All right.
what the mother. This is the worst I've ever been in.
No, don't worry, it gets
I
better.
don't have no hiking boots. I'm in like Crocs. Is this a snake or a vine? Okay.
Well, you should never wear Crocs. You know that. Just out of principle.
You tell me we're going on like a lake dive. That's what I wear.
Okay. So here we are.
What?
Huh?
Dude, it's a mud pit. Where's the beautiful crystal caves of
Well-
the Bahamas
Well,
that you promised?
I mean, okay, it may not look beautiful.
Look beautiful. It's mud. Where's the cave?
Well, it's in there somewhere.
Okay.
I think.
Yeah, I'm just saying, I'm definitely at this moment confused, but I'm hoping for some kind of pleasant miracle.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna put my rebreather down in the only section that won't destroy it in pure 100% thick mud. I'm not trying to be complaining, but you told me chill.
I mean, okay.
I'm all for chilled. Do you remember the whole chilled concept? I don't know what happened to that.
People want to see this.
I'm already hooked on my rebreather. Alright.
All right, let's go get more stuff.
And that sucked. By the way.
That was fine. This bugs. Dude, this is okay.
Thank God I'll be wearing a dry suit through that thing because at least it has some endurance.
Yep. There's vines.
Back through the poison ivy. Nice.
Well,
Well, I'm bitten.
you look happy
Yeah.
and excited.
I put this on just to try to.
You know, everybody
Slow down the
watching
welting.
thinks that we live a glamorous life of cave explorers. So they're watching the reality.
Hopefully the welting is going to slow down now from the
Yeah.
annihilation on the way in.
I mean, we brought in all this gear through the jungle, and now we're going in there.
This is Cozumel.
I know.
And it's across the street. It's perfect, beautiful, mellow drift diving. You throw on an open
Dude,
cert.
this is so
It's
mellow. This is so easy.
The weather's there's not even any current. I mean, it's perfect boat dive. You remember the singing songs on a boat, and you
I
get
mean, you'll sing a song down there.
the snacks and the drinks in between. How did this happen? Look now what I mean.
Man, you look like you're having a blast.
Usually I have words. This time I can't say them. I just mellow. Remember? Mellow day. I'm already in mud. Oh, and 100% in mud. You say go in.
Yep.
Not pretty sure where to go, but okay. Hold on, I gotta put my headlamp on because I can't see anything already. See, when it's a new dive site like this, just not prepared. I don't have a system of any sort whatsoever. I don't know what to do. Going this way. Maybe it's good, maybe it's not. You like this? You like doing this?
This is awesome. My favorite cave here in Mexico.
Okay, so now we're getting ready to go. And one of the things that I noticed at El Diablo on years past, and I dove this cave the day before we did this. That's why I said we need to go back, because I remember how much fun it was. And one thing I noticed is that there were 2 lines going in, like parallel lines. And that's never good because you're always confused, like, well, which one do I follow? The one on the left, the one on the right? It's just complicated. So I say, look, let's follow the line up until you get to a T. And once you get to the T, make a right. And you'll survive.
But that's kind of all you said.
Well, yeah.
Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened is, after you got caught up in the line jumping from, because it's 50-50 life or death, you were on the death side. You wanted to jump to the life side.
By the way, we haven't gone in yet. This is just the gearing up area.
Outside, yeah.
Almost died there.
And And so one of the 2 parallel lines was, I guess, tied on a rock or something. And when you came over, they got tangled on you. It got undone. So now that line was loose like an S. So you follow the one line in, and you run into the line that you unlocked that looked like a right, but it wasn't a right. It was supposed to go straight, but it was pushing you right.
Okay. So
now, but hold on, because this is you going
about
in.
that.
Yeah. So what happened?
By the way, you should explain that you're already in.
That's what I'm about to say.
And where you're at.
So first, I say, it was just a team of me and Woody. Our job, by the way, let's just put it out there. We're in a cave exploration trip. This is not for funsies. We're there to do a job. Our job was to explore new leads and survey the line that we laid in Virgin Cave. That's basically what we were there to do. We were a team, me and Woody. So we're going in, and I tell Woody, look, this is pretty sketchy entrance. I give you the briefing. Don't die. Be on the, whatever. Be on the right side. And
we also said,
yeah.
Hey, Gus, I'm going to wait only like, I think I said 10 or 15 minutes.
Yes.
And if you're, because I want to give you space.
Yes.
But I'm going in.
Yeah.
After 10 or 15 minutes. But if you have a problem, come back out.
Right. I'm going to paint a picture for people. And later on in this video, you will get to see the entrance in real time, because I filmed it on the way out, not on the way in, because on the way in I wanted to focus, but on the way out, we're done with the dive. I filmed the whole thing from beginning to end. So you will get to see what it is to exit.
I haven't seen it yet.
So anyway, the point is, we agreed that, look, I'll go in first, just wait like 10 minutes, and then come behind me. That way there's plenty of time, because here's what happens. I'll paint a picture. You're in zero vis. You're crawling through mud underwater between 2 layers of rock, basically. And mud. So you're crawling in, holding a line with your left hand, crawling in, scraping everything, zero vis, and you're running into stuff and getting stuck underwater and feeling, okay, so there's like an overhang here, it's pressed against my tank, backing up a little bit, readjusting, pushing forward. And you're pushing forward blind in this cave. And all of a sudden you start feeling, okay, I'm going down. And that's how the entrance is to El Diablo.
Yes.
It's completely blind for like 20 meters, 60 feet or whatever it is. Wedged. No way you can go in on anything other than side mount. Very, very small cave. So anyway, I tell Woody, look, because I know that I'm going to struggle going in and you're going to struggle going in. Let's give each other plenty of time. 10 minutes, okay, to go in and figure this out. Okay, cool. So I go in first. I find the loose line, and I'm like, I can't say it on video, but I start yelling things. All right, like what the, I start yelling, and I'm like, oh my god. So then I have this line that is loose, this one that is tight, and I'm like, I don't even know, because in cave diving, a best practice is you go over the line, not under, because it can get stuck on your stuff. So you go over, but if the line is tight, it's easy. You go over and you move on. If it's loose, then as you go over, it gets caught on stuff. And so I keep moving forward and keep getting stuck, and I feel the line is stuck, so I release it from one thing and move a little bit and get stuck on another thing. And then I try to go over, I get stuck with the rock, and at some point, I would say 3 minutes in, I am completely stuck underwater.
Oh, yeah.
Between rocks, tied with line, literally like a fish in a net.
Done.
In a cave. And I remember thinking, I'm like, are we just going to die at the entrance of El Diablo?
I wasn't there yet, but we're going to get to that.
You weren't there yet, but I was like,
sure.
I can't believe it. Yes. Like, I've done this cave, I don't know how many times now, and I'm supposed to be leading this team, both of us, and I'm about to die.
And I'm over. So listen,
dumb.
I'm not knowing that he's stuck until I get to him, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
Now, I didn't tell him this. Now, I'm getting started. I have the line on my left hand, and a couple of the other guys had told me not just have it in your left hand, as far as you can hold it.
Arm's length.
The more right you are, the better. But it's a little scary because if I let go by accident, I'm death gripping it, you are going to die. You cannot, I don't know what anything is. So I go in, and as I'm going in, I'm like, oh, here's the right turn that Gus is talking about. I follow the right turn, but it's kind of a loosey-goosey.
Yeah.
I'm like, Gus, that's not what I expected, but all right. He told me it was a right turn, and I'm scraping that on the right turn, and I'm like, wait, I'm going, and then I'm back at the entrance, at the surface. I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm like, all right, I must have not followed that right turn right.
Yeah, so to give you an idea, just to give people an idea.
I feel like I messed up. I must have not followed the right turn.
So to give people an idea, so you have the line that is hard, like the one that hasn't been dislodged. And then this other one that was supposed to be parallel is now floaty. So Woody found the floaty line and follow it right back to the surface.
Following the orders when you find the line that goes right. Nobody told me about a second right. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go again. I go again. I said, I'm holding. I stopped. I said, Woody, you're not crazy. You're holding the line that Gus said goes right. I'm not an idiot. Oh, this is it. Make sure, Woody, you don't.
Yeah.
You're not imagining. I follow that one again. I'm back on the surface. I'm like, I don't know what to do.
Meanwhile, I'm just
now I'm
totally
cursing like,
stuck.
what the F? And I'm waiting, and I'm like, I've got to go back in because now Gus is not back up.
Yeah.
He would have come back out.
Yeah.
I've got to go in. Something's got to be wrong. I can't leave my buddy. What the hell? This time I said, you know what? I'm not going to make that right turn, even though they told me I'm going to die.
Yeah.
I'm not going to follow this because I keep coming back to the surface.
Yeah.
I'm going to keep going. I go over that one, barely pushing that line under me because it's going to tangle the crap. You can't see. You cannot see anything.
Right.
By the way, I'm scraping, and without a helmet, it's over. By the way, I don't know how you would do it.
Well, yesterday there was a conversation about this. People say you never need a helmet.
Okay.
You only need a helmet if you're a bad cave diver.
See
how hard is it to see a rock coming and just duck your head? Okay.
We'll go to El Defo and you'll understand.
All right.
Now listen, I go past the loosey-goosey right line this time.
Yeah.
I go past it, and all of a sudden, boom, I run into Gus's tank. And I'm so happy.
Yeah.
But then I hear him like, I'm like, oh shit, I don't know. I think he's maybe saying go back out. But I luckily feel on the tank. I'm like, there's a line on your tank.
Yeah.
As tight as I've ever felt a line. And I'm like, it's so tight.
Yeah.
If this is the line, I'm not going to cut it off you yet because it's going to cut the line for all the other divers that are in there.
Right.
But I may break it. But he's going to die. I have to get him out of the line, right?
Yeah.
I managed to pull this thing out. He is not moving. There's no way he can move.
Yeah.
It releases off the back of your tank, and then I remember you saying, go out at that point. Get out.
Yeah.
I turn around. The line is looser now on the way back up because whatever I did probably loosened it some.
Yeah.
And I managed to go back out. We're back at the entrance. I didn't get tangled on the fake right turn line on the way back out.
Right.
You come back up, and I'm like,
what was that?
This
10 minutes in, we're almost there.
Gus, this is a disaster going. You didn't really describe this. He goes, what? And he's
Well-
like, well, yeah, I'm, let me go back in. I need to
Fix
fix
the line.
something on
Yeah.
the line. And then you come back in and remember that now I know the second time to go past the fake
Well,
turn.
what I said was, okay, look, that was bad. So let me go back in by myself, fix the line that is all loose, and make it to the clear water. Because again, all of this that you just heard happened in complete zero visibility. Nothing was visible.
You can't see your light.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's so not visible. I just so you know.
Yeah.
I decided, I think it was on the third time in, I just closed my eyes because
Yeah.
I'm actually better when I close my eyes and I can feel it raises my senses of feel.
Yeah.
It's no different. I just closed my eyes. You
Yeah,
could
it's-
not see your light.
Yeah,
no
yeah.
way.
It's terrible. So again, this whole area is zero visibility. So I'm like, let me go in, fix the line so it's not this sloppy mess that we're going to get tangled in and potentially die, and make it to the clear water. Once I can see that I can make it to the clear water, I'll come back and get you. So same thing. Okay, you got 10 minutes. So I went in, the line is loose, so I'm kind of like tracing them together. Like I'm pulling it, it's going right, like you mentioned. I'm pulling it all the way till I get to the T. When I get to the T, I tie it. I make sure it's all tied from all directions. I put an arrow on it because it
Yes,
didn't
you
even
did.
have an arrow. I put an arrow on it, and that way I'm like, when you get to the arrow, that's when you can make a right, So I enhanced it a little bit. It's not perfect, but we made it better, safer. And I made it to the clear water, and then I went back and got you. Okay, we got this.
And I want to
finally
tell
did.
you that I think you did an amazing job on the fixing one, because when I went back in that time,
Yeah.
it was logical. I then got to the right turn, felt an arrow, still can't see.
Yeah.
And I'm going and I'm like, but he said it was going to open up. It doesn't open up right when you go to the right turn.
No.
You're still in zero vis.
Yeah.
I'm still keeping that on my left arm. And then all of the sudden, not gradual.
Yeah.
It goes from nothing. It's like there's a wall. And then all of a sudden you go past that point and I'm like, it's totally visible. Like
Yeah.
crystal clear visible. Gus is sitting there perfectly like, you good? Yeah, we're good. I'm like, that was a little bit of a 30-minute, 45 minutes maybe, even,
Yeah.
just to get to there. And then we start the dive. And by the way, it is jaggedy rocks everywhere. If you
Yeah.
grab them, if you're not neutral, if you fell down on them, you're just going to get stabbed and die.
So I have some underwater video footage. This hasn't been edited or anything. I actually haven't even seen it. So we're going to play it, and we're going to react to it in real time together. So I do remember recording, number one, when you were coming. So once I make it to the clear water, I'm like, I'm going to record Woody coming through. And then I recorded us just swimming inside the cave. I wanted to show people the cave, and then you doing some survey and stuff, and then finally the exit. So
By
stay
the way,
till
that
end.
was my first survey ever
That
in
was
my
great.
life in a not very easy area, tight. So don't over criticize me. I've never done it before.
Right. Okay, so here we go. So this is what it looks like when you break into clear water.
Yeah.
Right? So it's still kind of hazy because you're coming from basically a mud bath, but this is what it looks like. So, again, we don't have to see the whole video, but it's what the rock
When
looks
I
like.
got there, I was so happy. I can just tell you that.
Yeah. So there's the line that kind of our life depends on.
So
and I'm
are
glad
you turned around now? You're turned around towards the entrance filming this?
I don't think so. I think
Okay.
this is just me. As soon as I found the clear water, I started rolling. But I will say that I'm glad you didn't cut the line because, again, there's this is the line that everyone inside
know.
the cave depends on. And there was one more team that went in before us because they were pushing the end of line.
I know. I just had
Yeah.
to keep thinking, when will I cut the line?
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
I
yeah.
can't let you die.
Right.
But I was able
Well,
to get it out.
Unless you're Donald Cerrone, who would have just packed up and left and went to get some tacos.
I wasn't leaving without you getting out. It was just, how am I going to get you out?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think worst case scenario, I would have had to wait 2.5 hours for the other team to come out and find me.
No, we
trapped.
weren't doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, this is what it looks like. We don't have to watch 3 minutes of this,
Yeah.
but let's see if it's fast forward here a little bit. Come on. Yeah, so this is me just waiting for Woody to come through. He's going to come from that. You can see, like, my light doesn't even go through it after that rock. There's way more cave beyond that, but that is where like the breaking point is of zero vis and visibility. So you eventually came through that. Let's move on to the next. You remember that weight? That weight, when you see the weight is when you're like, oh, I can see. That's like the first thing that you see when you come out of there. All right, so let me close this and go to the next clip. You can see visibility is way better once we go into the cave.
I mean, you can actually see.
Yeah.
And now you're able to follow the line. It's like normal cave diving. You know, it's
cave everywhere. But you can see the rock is all jagged.
Yeah,
so, like, if
yeah.
you hit your head, like, I don't care how good your hood is. You're going to make a gash.
Look at those things. It's
like
like
razor
razor
blade.
blades everywhere.
It's terrible. Plus, the water in there is hydrogen sulfide. So it's toxic waste, basically. Toxic water there that kills everything you're wearing. So I don't know if you noticed, but your sidewinder, everything that's metal on your sidewinder is black.
Black. That's
So,
terrible.
so what is this doing to our skin?
Yeah.
Like our teeth, like
It's terrible.
eyes, like
There's nothing that you would think would make any of us want to go back. And I keep only in the trip thinking about this cave. How weird is it? Do you know, I'm going to tell you a secret. The torturous that it was, that this is actually the one I want to do again. What? And it's miserable.
We have problems.
Miserable.
Yeah. So here you are finally doing surveying. So you can see right here you're focused on the survey with your helmet light. But you see there's an overhang there with like razor blades.
Yeah, I mean, I can't see it really.
Yeah, you can't see it because you're focused on the survey. And if you
I'm sure I
smash your
smashed
head, no, you didn't. But if you smash your head into that thing without a helmet, you're bleeding immediately.
No.
And for something that turns metal into black, you probably don't want to open gashes in there. I'm not a doctor. I know people think I am.
Now,
But
yes,
you know.
I know. I thought you were. Now let me explain one more thing right here.
yeah.
There are times, that's really good footage, when I'm writing down on the survey slate. Listen, there are times where it's in the halocline.
Yeah. You can't see
You
it.
can't control where the line goes, and I have to survey the line. So I'm like, I cannot see where I'm writing. So you like try to lift it up,
Yeah.
but there's nowhere to lift it up. So at times I literally wrote blindly, not in the box, anywhere. Just write something. I can't see it, Gus. It's blurry.
no.
It's blurry. So what do? I'm a brand new surveyor, right? Do
Yeah.
I go lower and drop down? Well, there's
Dude,
nowhere.
but look, you look so legit in this one doing survey.
I may look it, but it was so hard. I'm not good at it.
By the way, let's
John
explain.
basically said to me,
It
he was being polite, but your survey is terrible.
But you can see Woody here is holding the line. Bang, you bang your head on that one. You can see it right here. Woody's holding the line
To count.
not because he can't see, but it's to capture the distance in the line. Every 3 meters, every 10 feet, there's a little knot that we make in the line. So Woody will take, this is what surveying is, he will take the azimuth, so the reading of the degrees, like a compass, and the depth. So he will say, okay, so I'm at 30 feet with going 190 degrees, and then count those little knots and capturing, okay, that was 10 meters of line or 20 meters of line or whatever.
But look what I got to go through. Like, I know there's better cave divers than me, but
Yeah.
where I'm holding the line, there is no room above me.
Yeah.
I have to scrape it.
Oh, you have to.
What am I going to do?
Yeah,
I mean, look at what you had to go through to get to me. Look what I got to survey
Yeah.
through.
Well, and I laid this line, so I went through it.
I know. And you did a
Yeah,
good job
well,
laying it. But
no, but like I was just gonna say that to me, even though there's so much emphasis on the guy laying the line or whatever, because I'm going into a cave for the first time or whatever, but I have perfect vis. I'm the first one
so hard to
in
survey.
history to go through here. So
Amazing.
imagine how good the visibility is. For me, it's perfect, and then Woody has to go.
And all I wanted to do
Back
was
through
to
it.
come up and show them on my first survey. I did a good job. I can't see the damn slate. I can't see it. It's really hard, guys. I really commend you, expert surveyors. I mean, you are experts
I
at
don't
it.
even know what's happening here.
We're just getting crunched, but because there's no room. Where you laid the line, I had to crawl through.
Yeah. All right, so let's see what happens.
And I felt
here.
neutral. I was weighted properly, but there's no room.
Yeah.
Look at
All
that.
right, so I think I'm going
let me
back to
comment
get
on
you.
one other thing that I
Yeah.
learned. So there are points where you would go and then when you make a change in direction, as the surveyor, I have
Yeah.
to stop,
Yeah.
reline up the compass, and then that's a brand new count, right? For
Yep.
that new compass heading distance. Well, one of the ones you did was like 5 feet. I'm like, no, because every time you have to change, right? It's
Yeah.
hard. You got to reset, read the compass, rewrite. I'm like, so you want the line layer to
Yeah.
lay as
far
far
as
as
possible.
straight line possible
Absolutely.
as the surveyor, because it sucks to stop
Yeah.
in a area that you can't move.
Yeah, and
'Cause then
it's
does that make sense?
yeah,
What-
laying line in New Cave is kind of an art form that I haven't perfected at all, but it's one of those things where you go in and you are looking for leads and you can see, okay, I want to go that way, but I want to make it as straight as possible. So what do I tie on so I can swim straight through this tunnel, because I know that that line will be better to survey because it's as long as and as straight as I can. However, in order to tie there so I can make the long one, sometimes I only did 5 feet to that point.
I'd
So
cry.
it's like
I cry.
you're
I'd
like,
cry. I'm like, and probably
Yeah.
curse like mother at him. Not mad at him because I know, by the way, he kind of had to make a turn there.
Yeah.
There was nowhere to go, but it's hard, guys. It's
So here-
really hard.
Here we're approaching the exit. This is what a lot of people want to see is how bad can it be? Now at this point, I mean, we're done with the dive. Like it's 2+ hours in, we're done with all the surveying and the lining and all that stuff. We're going out, and I know that the end is coming because, I know this area and I know it's about to go into zero vis. So I decide to wait for Woody and kind of like,
I was
hey,
glad
we're
you
going.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, we're going, rather than just disappearing and you be like, well,
I was glad because I knew it was coming as well, but
yeah.
I wasn't exactly sure how the exit was going to go. By the way, way easier than the entrance. I don't know why.
You know what to expect.
But I
yeah.
knew what to expect, and it just was no problem getting out.
Yeah. You know what's funny is the next day I went back there. And
Crazy. I'm like, I'm not going
you
there.
were like, I'm going in the ocean.
With my
As
dive dog
big-
go, big.
As big as it gets.
I just needed a break.
But I went back to El Diablo, and on the way out, I actually took like 15 minutes, because last year I lost an exploration reel at the exit. It was so caught up, and you know how I told you, make sure you have everything in your hands going in,
Yes.
because whatever you have clipped will be an entangling hazard.
You can't clip it below you. I learned that.
Right.
You've got to hold it.
Right. So I didn't know that last year. It was my first time.
Okay.
So I lost an exploration spool, one of our exploration spools from Light Monkey, by the way. I love those things, and I lost it. I hate it. So on the way out, I literally
Oh, you were looking for it.
feeling everywhere. Now, little by little, it took me like 15 minutes to just exit those last 60 feet. So here you come. This is when I'm like, okay, we're about to go. You can probably hear it. You ready? All right, let's go
Let's
up.
go.
I just
High five me
gives
like
you
you
a-
made it. You survived the
fist bump,
El Deatho.
fist bump, and here we go. So you're about to see this in real time. This is what it looks like. So here you go. Line on the right, or death.
He's not exaggerating. I swear, it's unbelievable.
So
Wow.
there's the
this
weight,
is so cool. There's
which
the
is
weight.
the last thing you see on the way out and the first thing you see on the way in, and gone. See, because the camera can see a lot more than the human eye, so I'm curious to see.
That's scraping. You cannot
Yeah.
not scrape. That's definitely seen more than I saw. Way more. Like you
Right.
can see your light.
The camera can see way more.
And he's moving, by the way. Little by little, he's
Yeah.
moving.
Well, you can kind of see the movement.
Imagine going in on this, everybody, for the first time.
Yeah.
And that's what I did. 3 times it took me to get in, to find Gus completely tangled in line.
Yeah, and this is funny. You can see
Dude,
some
we
of
did it.
some
We
of the
did
rocks.
it.
Some of the rocks are moving, so you can see that we're moving forward. But the funny part is, when you tell people this stuff and they're like, I I would have never gone back in. Like after our first time where I was like, I'm entangled, I don't know what's gonna happen. But it was such a non-issue, right? Because you have a buddy who's not Donald Cerrone, so that was a plus. And I knew you were gonna come and help me.
Of course. I mean, there is no, in my mind, that's non-negotiable.
Right. So
I
you went
will
in,
get
helped me
you out.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of thinking. I kept thinking about what Mike said. What will my next move be? And think about what you're doing and how it may affect the other team. And that's what I did. And thank God that worked. Because I would have had to cut the line. And in my mindset, if I would have cut it, we're going to have to then go back in and repair it.
Yeah.
But
I will say, though, that
it's crazy.
I can see on that first entanglement, I'm still getting out, by the way. You're still following this. It's not paused. The video is still playing. This is literally what you see for this length of time on the way out.
Yep.
I will say, though, that I can see how anyone would have panicked and lost it and would have drowned there, for sure.
Yeah.
Because you get all entangled. You get desperate. Like, you can't move. Yeah.
And I don't get that. One thing I don't get is the panicky thing. I don't ever get that. I don't know why. But and by the way, look at the entrance. I'm glad you filmed that. Like, it's pure mud. I hope you show it again. You did a little bit of the non-water part. It's thick mud.
Yeah. So here I'm waiting for you. And I see your light. And he's out.
It's just crazy there.
So yeah, it's spoiler alert, we didn't die. But it was an epic dive, dude. That was awesome.
You know what I loved about it?
Yeah.
We did it. In other words, we did it as a team.
Yeah.
We literally did it and solved problems.
Mm-hmm.
And that told me a lot about us as a team, right?
Yeah. It was
because we had like, that is insanity. Wait, I'm going to watch this a second. I have my own reaction.
Yeah, it's just the camera doesn't record the audio because it's under it's inside a housing, but that was hilarious.
I don't know.
But you can see we're relaxed. It's like,
fine. But it was like, I did look at Gus like, it's hard to describe this cave.
Yeah, terrible water.
It stinks here. Right here, by the way. Right where we're standing, smells terrible.
Yeah.
There's no reason that we would want to go back in, and I absolutely am. Of all the caves, this is the one I want to go back into.
That's hilarious. There is one more clip I wanted to show you, which you haven't seen, and the audience hasn't seen. This one is courtesy of Michael McDonald, who was another diver that was part of the extended family of explorers in Cozumel.
Before you roll it, I just want to talk about one more thing.
Yeah.
I want to commend, and also I have no idea of the first person that set up the entrance.
Yeah.
Because you're hearing us going nuts with line already discovered, knowing there is an entrance. Imagine going in.
Yeah.
How would you not stop? You're stuck. How did they know to make that right turn?
They did.
Keep going. They just kept. I know.
They went left, almost died. Went straight, almost died.
And then they just kept moving right. But even when you move right, it's not like smooth. You're crunching. I would not have been able to know. I'm like, Gus, let's go. This is one of those dead ends.
Yeah, but it's one of those things where you kind of build up to it. And I know his name. His name is Kyle. Who did that? Kyle Michelle. Yeah. So I think you developed that. So like last year, for example, I laid the end of line of El Diablo. I went all the way to the end. I tied to the end of line, and I went like 100 more feet through pretty tight stuff. But I got to a point where I didn't think it was passable. I'm like, this is it. Like nobody can go past this. Again, that was just me using my own brand new cave explorer, eyes. But then I said, I think Mike or somebody else could come here and do this. Somebody who's tiny, do it. Randall did it this year.
He's a giant.
Who's humongous.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, who's twice our size.
He's really good.
Randall went through a hole that I thought I wouldn't fit.
He's really good. I
No,
mean,
Randall is-
Randall's an expert. I would
Absolutely.
call him an expert cave explorer.
Of course. But is that thing is like is one of those things where you're like, I can't even imagine going through this, and like, who did this for the first time? It's
And by the
unbelievable.
way, I got to watch John
yeah,
survey line that Mike and I laid in a different cave. He just flies and doesn't even stop at any of the points and keeps going and is writing and going like it's nothing.
insane.
I'm like, dude, I don't know. Are you surveying this?
Yeah.
And you come
crazy.
out and he would record his survey and it was perfect.
Yeah.
Mine, let's just say, may have had a few distance estimates since I could not see.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's
Okay.
really good at it.
So this is, let me show you the last video here that Michael McDonald recorded. Do you remember during our dive, there was one more thing that we needed to do, which was setting up, moving a bottle from the first wall casing to the second wall casing.
Yeah.
I did that. It was a stage bottle. I
Yeah.
clipped it, I moved
Yes.
it, and we dropped it, and that's it. Just 1 week after we did that, let me show you what the bottle looked like.
Okay.
Watch.
What is it?
Oh, that's pretty good.
Literally dissolving.
What in the world is on that?
Dude, it's
Is
dissolving.
it salt?
No, it's the aluminum.
Your bottle.
Look, the aluminum is dissolving.
I've never seen that before.
So-
it's eating the aluminum? Oh my, this is the worst death cave you've ever can go and want to explore.
It's horrific.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And that's what we were swimming through slowly and
Yeah.
trying to lay more line.
For hours.
Hours. Incredible. What are you doing today? What's your dive plan?
We're going back to El Diablo, the best cave in Mexico.
Wait, that's the one we went to yesterday? You're going back there?
Of course.
You're happy about it? Or excited about it?
I couldn't hardly sleep.
You saw the video of that, right? I mean, why? I mean, I'm just trying to understand. Is it the mud or the poop smell that you're excited about? Which one excited? I'm just curious what, it's great that you like that stuff, but what is it about it?
Yesterday was a leisure dive. It was a leisure dive yesterday. Today is an gnarly dive.
Well, what are you gonna do? It's harder. I mean, my hands are sliced, my brain is fried, and
I can't tell you about it. It's classified.
and we're so excited to get back in that mud hole bat iguana cave that you couldn't sleep.
Couldn't sleep.